Dear students, today we are continuing with the sums of exercise 1.3 of the lesson complex numbers. Before going to solve the upcoming sums, we need to recall the results in trigonometry in your lower classes. Tan minus theta is equal to minus tan theta. And we have tan theta is equal to b upon a in this complex number. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse b upon a. This we have already learned, that is argument of a complex number. Theta is equal to tan inverse b upon a. Now from 1 and 2 we can understand that tan inverse minus b upon a is equal to minus tan inverse b upon a, because if you take tan minus theta, here it will be minus tan theta and minus b upon a you will get. So tan inverse minus b upon a is equal to minus tan inverse b upon a, which is equal to minus theta. And we can use this property to solve the next sums. Question number 4, express the following complex numbers in polar form and exponential form. So, given complex number, first question, minus 1 plus root 3i. Let a plus ib is equal to minus 1 plus root 3i, then a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to root 3. Therefore, we can find r, that is modulus of complex number, is equal to root of a square plus b square, which is equal to minus 1 the square plus whole square plus root 3 the whole square, which is equal to root 4, because minus 1 whole square is 1 and root 3 whole square is 3. 3 plus 1 4, root 4 is 2, and it is modulus, therefore we consider only the positive value of the square root. And cos theta also we need to find in polar form. So cos theta is equal to a upon r, which is equal to minus 1 upon 2, and sin theta is b upon r, which is equal to root 3 upon 2. Now look at the values of a and b. A is negative and b is positive. A negative and b positive means the angle theta lies in the second quadrant, because a is the real part, that is x, value of x, and the imaginary part, value of y. So ordered pair x, y. X is negative in the second quadrant and x is negative and y is positive in the second quadrant. So, the terminal arm of the angle lies in the second quadrant, means theta lies in the second quadrant. Hence, theta is equal to, we have the table value of the argument if the angle lies in a particular quadrant. If theta lies in the second quadrant, theta is equal to tan inverse b upon a plus pi. Here, tan inverse b is root 3 upon a is minus 1. So, tan inverse root 3 upon minus 1 plus pi, which is equal to tan inverse minus root 3 plus pi, or minus of tan inverse root 3. From this result we will get minus of tan inverse root 3, which is equal to, and plus pi is also there, which is equal to minus pi upon 3 plus pi, is equal to 2 pi upon 3. So we got the value of theta 2 pi upon 3. Therefore, the polar form of complex number z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta, where theta is 2 pi upon 3 and r is 2. So, we can write 2 into cos 2 pi upon 3 plus I into sin 2 pi upon 3. And the exponential form of z is equal to r into e raised to I theta. 2 into e raised to I into 2 pi upon 3, or you can write 2 into e raised to 2 pi upon 3 I. Now, third one, z is equal to minus 1. That is only the real part here. Z is equal to minus 1 can be written as minus 1 plus 0 into I. That is the real part of the complex number here given is 0. This is of the form a plus bi, and a is minus 1 and b is 0. From that we can find the modulus. R is equal to root of a square plus b square, which is, on simplification we will get 1. And cos theta is a upon r, which is equal to minus 1 upon 1 is equal to minus 1. And sin theta is equal to b upon r, which is 0 upon 1 is equal to 0. Now, cos theta is equal to minus 1 and sin theta is equal to 0. Now, a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to 0 means the angle lies in the second quadrant. But we know Cos theta is minus 1. Cos theta minus 1 and sin theta is 0 means theta lies on the negative x-axis. That is, the angle is 180 degree or pi. That is exactly on the real axis the angle lies. And it is pi degree. That is, it is negative direction. So, it completes a half rotation. That is, minus 1 means pi. Theta is equal to pi. So, the polar form of z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta, that is 1 into cos pi plus I into sin pi. And the exponential form of z is equal to r into e raised to I theta is equal to e raised to pi I. Next question. Question number 2 I am solving here. Let z is equal to minus I, which is equal to 0 minus I. That means only the imaginary part exists here and the real part is 0. And A is equal to 0, B is equal to minus 1. A 0 and B minus 1 means the angle lies in the negative y axis. That is A 0 and B negative 1. A 0 means the line is passing through the or coinciding the negative y axis, and B is negative 1, that is towards down. So, r is equal to, that is modulus is equal to a square root of a square plus b square, that is 0 square plus minus 1 whole square, and its square root is 1. Only positive value is taken. And cos theta is 0, sin theta is minus 1, and we know cos theta 0 and sin theta minus 1 means the theta will be 270 degree, that is the negative direction of y axis, 270 degree. So, we can write it as 3 pi upon 2, that is 3 into 90. 390 is the 270 degree. Theta we got here. Now, we can write the polar form of z and exponential form. Polar form of z is equal to r into, r is 1, cos theta, cos 3 pi upon 2 plus I into sin theta, that is sin 3 pi upon 2. Now, exponential form of z is equal to r into e raised to I theta, which is equal to e raised to pi I. R is 1. So, we can write e raised to 3 pi upon 2. Sixth one, 1 plus 7i upon 2 minus I the whole square. So, let z is equal to 1 plus 7i upon 2 minus I the whole square. We will expand the denominator by using a minus b the whole square formula. So, a square minus 2ab plus b square, and I square is minus 1, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So, 1 plus 7i upon 3 minus 4i. Now, we will remove the imaginary part of the denominator by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of denominator, that is 3 plus 4i. And expand the numerator, that is 3 plus 4i into 1 plus 7i, that is 1 into 3 plus 4i is 3 plus 4i plus 7i into 3 plus 4i, that is 21i plus 28i square. And denominator is a minus b into a plus b form, so a square minus b square. Now, simplify the numerator. I square is minus 1, so 3 plus 25i minus 28 divided by 9 plus 16. And z is become minus 25 plus 25i upon 25. Here 25 is common in the numerator and denominator, we can cancel that. Then the new complex number will become minus 1 plus I, where this complex number is of the form a plus bi, and a is minus 1, b is 1. And we can calculate the modulus. R is equal to root of a square plus b square divided by, a square plus b square. On simplification, we will get r is equal to root 2. Here, a is negative and b is positive. So, theta lies in the second quadrant, and hence theta is equal to tan inverse b upon a plus pi, and tan inverse 1 upon minus 1 with plus pi, and tan inverse minus 1 is minus pi upon minus tan inverse 1, and minus tan inverse 1 is pi upon 4, plus pi is equal to 3 pi upon 4. Then the polar form of z is r cos theta plus I sin theta. Then r is root 2 into cos 3 pi upon 4 plus I into sin 3 pi upon 4. And the exponential form of z is equal to r into e raised to I theta, which is equal to root 2 into e raised to 3 pi upon 4i. Question number 7. Convert the complex number z is equal to I minus 1 upon cos pi upon 3 plus I into sin pi upon 3 in polar form. So we will write down the given complex number z and denominator cos pi upon 3 and I into sin pi upon 3. We will substitute the values of cos pi upon 3 and sin pi upon 3, cos 60 and sin 60. So we will get I minus 1 upon half plus I into root 3 upon 2, which is equal to remove the imaginary part of the denominator, we will multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator and expand the numerator and denominator. And after expanding this, you will get half into I minus I square into root 3 upon 2 minus 1 into half, that is minus 1 upon 2 and plus I into root 3 upon 2 divided by denominator. You can multiply, this is z into z conjugate, that is real part, the square of real part plus square of imaginary part. This way, otherwise you can use the formula a plus b into a minus b also. Still you will get the value 1 because half square is 1 upon 4 and root 3 upon 2 whole square is 3 upon 4. So 3 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4 is 4 upon 4, which is 1. And numerator we will separate the real and imaginary parts, then we will get root 3 minus 1 upon 2 plus I into root 3 plus 1 upon 2. Now separate the real and imaginary part because the denominator is 1. So root 3 minus 1 upon 2 plus I into root 3 plus 1 upon 2. This is of the form a plus ib, where a is root 3 minus 1 upon 2 and b is root 3 plus 1 upon 2. Both are positive, so the angle lies in the first quadrant. Therefore, theta can be calculated by tan inverse b upon a, that is tan inverse root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 minus 1. That is 2 will get cancelled when you divide these two. So, theta is not in the symbol form here. So, the polar form is expressed by this method. Z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta, where theta is tan inverse root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 minus 1, or tan theta can be written as root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 minus 1. This way we can express the polar form. Question number 8 and question number 9 are omitted, and the next part, cube root of unity, is explained in the next video. Thank you.